Okay, so this is where they've been staying, and this is their coop. It's all fenced in with hardware mesh, but it doesn't have a front because when we put on the run, they'll have free access to that. That one right there is actually what's gonna go up on this wall, so they'll have 2 mesh doors. And then we're gonna put another door over it and cut holes. And also gonna cut holes inside the coop, running all around the top, and then have maybe like 2 big ones because you need ventilation. You don't want them to have a draft, but you want ventilation, especially if you're doing the deep litter method, which I'm about to show you. So he framed all this in, and he put a box, and we're gonna put their litter here. And because we have ducks, they go crazy, dirty, whatever. So we're thinking that we're gonna put their food, water bowl, something there and there. And then each morning or afternoon and evening, change up their waters. And then this is going to have that entire 10 cubic foot, probably about 5 now. And it's gonna be full, like almost up to there. Because that way roosters poop 90% of the time while they're sleeping. So their poops will drop down, and you basically just put another layer over it, and you clean this out like a year and a half, sometimes even 2 years, depending how many. Since these are now babies, and this is going to be the whatever, I can't think of the words. What? It's going to be the coop that we keep for people that we have to, for people. Yeah, well, they're my peoples. To put them up in isolation or, quarantine when we get new ones, yada, yada, yada. And it may stay as our silky because sometimes these babies are going to be pretty small, like smaller than Lily. They'll maybe double in size if they're silkies. They're tiny. They'll be about that size weight. That is a bantam rooster, and a silky will just get fat but be about the same height. And that's just like a container of little screws or something that was in there that compare them to. That's a full size. Actually, she's probably about 8 months. Jubilee Orpington, which are rare. Most people have, if they have Orpingtons, they have buff Orpingtons. They're pretty much a staple of every farm, along with, Wyandottes, Easter eggers, Americanas. That's one of our roosters. That is a silky Cochin rooster. So they're deciding who gets to tap on that one. Oh, and there's T'Pring and T'Pring. What are you guys doing? What are you doing running around? No jumping and jumping. You just needed to run because Mommy was over here? Silly babies. Okay, so lots of changes on the farm. We finally got that mowed, so there's some nice grass there. No idea what we're going to do with this. It probably will be set up for Shelby once she's about to kid. Don't know how long we'll keep Cinnamon and the babies in this area, this little play area. And that's the other coop. That's the one that all of our grown babies sleep in. And essentially, I want to do the same thing. Cut, you can see from the other side even. There's a hole on the other side with the Texas flag on it. That's to give it ventilation all the way around. And then in the winter, we just take seed bags, the bag that the food comes in, and block up any kind of whatever. That's what we did when we had Snowvid. We just covered them and wrapped the whole thing. And this is their run. It's got some shade and some sun. And it's got a couple ramps up right now for the goats to play with. And there's a piggy on the other side. And this is our male goat. Queso. Queso, queso, queso. Queso, queso, queso. And see, some of the babies are over there. And that's a full-grown chick compared to... Oh, she's pecking at some watermelon. And like I said, the Silky, if you can see that white baby that's next to her, or the gray one, they'll get about double in size. Mostly floofy feathers, not really a lot of body weight. And here's Tapring. Hi, Tapring. Hi, Tapring. Tapow! She's my all-black cashmere. Love a muffin. Hi, Tapring. She gets her name from a Vulcan princess because of... Come here. Tapring. Tapring. With your little devil horns right now. Look at you. Yes, your little devil horns. But if you can see her eyebrows, she looked like she's Vulcan. So Tapring and Tapow, they're both Vulcan names. Of which my best friend yesterday, I was on the phone with her. We were just kind of chewing the fat, talking birds, showing her pictures. And she said, what did you just call them? I said, Tapring, Tapow. She's like, I'm like, yes, they're Vulcan names. And she cracked up laughing because she is a super Trekkie nerd. And her husband is even more Trekkie nerd. You trying to play King of the Mountain there? Yeah, like every night I build that up to it's about double the size. I rake it all the way around here after they go up or while they're settling down. I rake it all up, and then this is what they do to it. And it's really funny because earlier in the day, they had a little ramp going, and it started here and went up